Most people hear the words NATO and the European Union all the time, but very few can accurately explain the difference. And even if you think you already know, there's a lot most people miss. One keeps countries safe using military power. The other unites millions of people through economics, laws, and cooperation. But the real story is much deeper than that. Today, you'll understand how they truly work. Decently quick, let's begin. NATO stands for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It was formed in 1949, right after World War II, after Europe was destroyed and countries feared another invasion, especially from the Soviet Union. So the European countries made a promise. If you attack one of us, you attack all of us. That promise is called Article 5, the heart of NATO, and it has only been used once, after the September 11th attacks on the United States. Many allies immediately provided troops and support. NATO has 32 member countries today, including the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and most European nations. NATO does not command a single giant army. Each country keeps its own military, but they train together, share intelligence, coordinate aircraft, tanks, and ships, and prepare for threats as a team. NATO is involved in peacekeeping missions, disaster relief, cyber defense, and protecting airspace, like the constant patrols over Eastern Europe. But here's what NATO does not do. It doesn't control economies. It doesn't create laws. It doesn't choose governments. Its purpose is clear: keep its members safe. Think of NATO as Europe's and North America's military shield, always ready, but hoping not to be used. While the European Union, the EU, is completely different. It is a political and economic union, not a military alliance. It officially began in 1993, but its roots go back much earlier. When European leaders realized something important, countries that trade together are less likely to go to war with each other. The EU's goal is simple: make life easier, safer, and more prosperous for Europeans. Free travel, free trade, shared laws, shared opportunities. Because of the Schengen area, most Europeans can travel from Portugal to Poland without showing a passport. They can study, work, and live freely in other EU countries. 20 countries also share the same currency, the euro, which makes business faster and cheaper across borders. And every day, EU decisions affect real life. The price of phone roaming, how clean food must be, your rights when a flight is delayed, which charges your phone uses. Most people benefit from EU rules without even noticing. Think of the European Union as Europe's shared home, economy, and rulebook. The key differences are the following. NATO is for defense and security, and the EU is for economy, laws, and everyday life. When it comes to membership, some countries are in both, some are in only one. For example, the United States is in NATO, but it's not in the European Union. Another important thing to mention is that NATO has no currency, but many of the EU members share the euro. While NATO focuses on armies and protection, the EU has small defense cooperation, but politics is its main power. In NATO, major military decisions must be approved by all countries. Every member needs to agree. If even one country says no, the plan stops. Unity is their strength, but also their challenge. The European Union works differently. Depending on the topic, decisions can be made by majority vote, which keeps progress moving, even when not everyone agrees with every rule. Now, why do we need both? After World War II, Europe needed two separate solutions, which had to be a powerful shield against new threats, which is NATO; cooperation to rebuild and prevent future wars, which is the European Union. NATO protects peace. The EU maintains peace. One keeps the world safe, and the other keeps it working. The main reason why European countries decided to form EU and NATO is because they knew that alone each nation is relatively small compared to global powers like the United States, China, or India. But united, Europe has enormous economic and political influence on the world. Now onto the final summary. NATO defends, while the European Union organizes. One is the shield, the other is the engine. Understanding both means understanding modern Europe and the world we live in today, and that's about it. But if you'd like to go deeper, there's plenty more waiting for you here. Go ahead and choose one of the videos on your screen. And if you learned something new, subscribe and like the video. It helps more people make sense of the world. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.